Hey guys, welcome to today's tutorial, and today we're going to go over how to create a JavaScript clock. So if you see the demo page here at my website I've set up already for you, there is a simple clock which utilizes some JavaScript images, and it updates every second. So I'm going to go through how to write this all from scratch. And once again, if you like my tutorials, please rate, comment, and subscribe, and that will help me a lot in bringing more tutorials to you guys for free. So let's get to the script. Let's get to the code. So first of all, we're going to open up a new text file and make an HTML file, so your HTML tags. And let's go ahead and save this. Let's save it in a file called JavaScript Clock 3, and inside there we're going to name it index.html. And in today's tutorial I'm just going to write everything in one single file. I won't separate it into a separate JavaScript or a separate CSS file because it's fairly simple. It's a little bit complicated, but it does all fit in one page, so I'm just going to leave it all there, so I don't have to be juggling around several different files and get everyone confused. So getting back here, we're going to include some header tags, and then our body tags. And inside our body tag, we're going to, or first let's give it a header. Let's call it, let's give it a title called JavaScript Clock. And let's give it a header of the current time. And then we're going to create a paragraph tag, which is going to include a span tag called clock, or an ID of clock, close span tag. And if we go to the page we just created, let's go to our page, which is going to be right here. So I'm just going to double click on my little file there. So there you go. It's a simple page. All it says is the current time. So now we have to actually add the clock. So we're going to do that by creating a JavaScript inside the header. So go back up top, script, type text, JavaScript, script. So the first thing we want to do is create a date object so that we can actually reference the time from the current client server's time displayed. So let's call a function. Let's make a function called clock HTML. And we're going to create a variable called date object. And then we're going to create a new object that is going to get its data from, called date. Or we're going to use the date function here. And how this works is the JavaScript date function automatically obtains all of the date information, such as the current year, the current month, the current date, the day of the week, and then we also have the hours, minutes, and seconds. For our demonstration, we only need the hours, minutes, and seconds, so we're going to go ahead and extract the specific data information that we need. So we're going to create a new variable called current time. Make sure you get the capitalizations correctly because it is capital sensitive, case sensitive. And we're going to take some property values from the date object created. So date object get hours, plus some colons to separate out the data, plus date object get minutes, another colon here, plus date object get seconds. So fairly straightforward. And let's say we just want to test out and see what we already have. So let's go to document, write, and the variable current time. So if we go back to our page, reload it, nothing appears. Let's see. Current time, I got that correctly. Date object, get hours, there should be only one O. Get hours. See if that does anything. Refresh it. Nope. Oh, actually, we have to run the JavaScript function. So down below, we are going to create a test JavaScript function. So script type text JavaScript, close our script tag, and we're going to call the function we just created. So clock HTML brackets or parentheses. Refresh. There you go. That's the current time. Right now it's 6 o'clock, 57 minutes and 45 seconds in. That's the current time that's located inside my that's displayed on my computer right now in Vancouver. And if I refresh that again, it's going to update again, so it's now 58 minutes and 17 seconds in. As our final result, we want that to be displayed as 6 instead of 18, and then we want to have the PM and AM value at the very end as well. So let's get back to our code, and first let's get the JavaScript to display the correct AM or PM value. So let's go ahead and create a if and else statement. So if and else statement. So go down here. If actually we have to define a new array first. Okay, so the reason why we have to define an array is because right now this string value, which is contained in the variable called current time, is one long string value. It's not the current JavaScript does not know that the first 18 part denotes an hour, and the second part, or that it even is a second part, is minutes, and then that there's a last part called seconds. So first let's split the time up according to the colons. So let's create a new array called parts. This is going to be our array. And we're going to run the variable current time through a split function with our splitter symbol being the colon tag. So there we go. We just created our array containing the hour, minute, and seconds value separately. So for example, if we want to say document write, say display the current hour and plus parts 0, which is basically saying get the first array value in the array parts. And let's just write a break tag here so it displays on a separate line. And if we save that, go back here, reload. Oh, I made a mistake somewhere. So document write, display the current hour, parts. Oh, I see, we have to get rid of this part since it's not doing anything. So let's go ahead and get rid of that. And if we reload, there you go, the display of the current hour, it's 19 hours. So we have the current hour displaying correctly. If we change this to number 1 instead of 0, it's going to get the minutes array value. So refresh that. There you go. It's 2 minutes in. And if we change that to 2, it's going to get the seconds value. Refresh that. 26 seconds. So there you go. I'm going to delete this part since we don't need it anymore. And now we're going to actually come up with the correct AM or PM value. So comment display correct AM or PM image. And we're going to say if the parts value is less than or equal to 0, then, or less than or equal to 12, we want the AM to display. So we say variable, new variable, AM or PM is equal to number images 10, which is basically going to say get the value, the 10th value in the array number images. And the 10th value in the array number images is going to contain our the image address for the AM GIF picture. So just to repeat that, the variable AM or PM is going to contain our specific image that we need. And of course, else we want to say var AM or PM is equal to number images 11, which is going to refer to our PM tag or PM image file. And we actually haven't created the number images array yet, which contains all of our image file locations. So let's go ahead and do that. So let's go to the very top, and we're going to create an array called number images. And let's create some square brackets. And inside we're going to say, let's say the first variable we want it to be, or the first value we want to insert into this array is the string value of images clock 0.gif. So that's basically saying get the file called 0.gif inside the folder called clock, which is also inside the folder called images. We want the second value to be images clock 1.gif, which is basically going to refer to the GIF image for the number 1. And for number 2, we want images clock 2.gif. And I can continue typing this all in, but I will be just copying and pasting from my previous file. You guys can just download it from my download link, and you guys don't have to type it out either. So just copy and paste that over there. There you go. So all the way from 0 to 9. And then our 11th image is going to be our am.gif image, and our 12th value, array value, is going to be our pm.gif. So if we go here, our 11th value is going to be 10, because JavaScript array values start from 0. They count starting from 0 instead of 1. So it's going to be respectively 10 and 11. So this one is going to be for AM, and this one is going to be for PM. And before we go back to our actual script, I'm actually going to show you guys how to do one more thing. We're going to learn how to preload our images, so that because currently right now if we don't preload the images, when the clock loads, each of the digit files will load separately as the seconds pass by. So for the first 10 seconds there will be delays in the file uploading, and the clock will look very, very bad for the 10 seconds. And 10 seconds is a pretty long time. So let's make that first impression good by preloading all our images. Preload all of the images, and let's create a for statement. And there are several ways to preload images. I'm just going to